Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 8 of. Oh, I need to go into a fucking party chat, forgot to do that. Here we go then, no one in the lobby will be able to hear me now. So, we are here for round 8 of the Legends League. We're here, as you can see, in very sunny Spa, clearly. Tonight is a sprint race, so we have short qualifying starting us off, followed by an 8-lap sprint, and then the main feature race at the end. Wonder if any rain will show up at all. Obviously Spa is known for having that rain, but you know, two races in a row with rain, I don't know, probably pretty unlikely. Obviously last week was absolutely chucking it down around Silverstone. I didn't commentate myself. I actually didn't really watch the race, if I'm being brutally honest. I've been way too busy this last week with exams and many other things, so I haven't had the chance to really do much, to be honest, in the league, but it's alright. I guess it's just that time of year with being busy and stuff, Christmas coming up and that. But last week saw a return to normality with Johnny Stokes winning again, trying to do his best Verstappen impression. So hopefully we can get a good fight today. I know that guy Alex was in with a chance of winning last week. He got a 3rd position, I believe. I don't know who else was on the podium. I assume one of Epic, Scotty, or Frenzy, probably, maybe Full Air. Who knows? Who knows? I could go back and have a look, but I can't be arsed right now, if I'm being honest. But what a circuit we have today. Spa-Francorchamps. Unbelievable. This is definitely a bucket list track for me to go and visit some point in my life. To go and watch the World Enduro Championship round here would be amazing. I did have a look to see about getting tickets, but for a uni student, just a little bit too expensive, you know. Especially alongside trying to pay for a holiday to Italy. So, but yeah, one day I will end up at this circuit. We've got Cam really being the first one to start a hot lap here. Then we'll stay on board with the rookie. He's had a very, very good season so far. As I've just said, he's a rookie, so he is new to this league for this season. He's come in. He's put in some pretty good performances, to be honest. Had a few incidents here and there, but nothing too severe. Coming now down into Lake Com. Solid first sector. Through Malmany, I think that final one is. And then down into Rivage. Very difficult corner off camber. Just trying to get it all hooked up nicely. Then into No Name. Full send through. Don't extend on the exit, Cam really doesn't do that. And then you've got the infamous Pouillon. Send it into here. Hope that the rear end sticks. Do not touch any of the curbs. And then into Piff Path again. You want to be all over the curves. Either all over them or avoid them, otherwise you'll end up speeding out because of them. Well, you did on previous games. Use all the exit, Stavilo 1, Stavilo 2's easy flat in these cars now. And then next up you've got Blanchimont, and you're just thinking about your braking zone into the bus stop, flick it left, spot your braking zone, hard on the brakes, down the gears, keep the rear end in check over the first curb, get the rotation at the second part of it, short run to the line, and camera resets a 142.9 to start us off. Let's cross the line will be Woo Max. What does he do? 144.3. We have an Alfa Romeo next. Frenzy or GGC. GGC just starting a lap. got a Williams to come across the line next, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be Alex. Braking on the 100 board. Ooh, taking a lot of curves, price I wanted invalidation. Running very wide, using some of the curb on exit, and he goes in second with 144.2. This is a circuit that Alex really likes, so we're disappointed with that time. Cherry on a 144.3. What can Johnny Stokes do, as he'll be the next to cross the line? Lovely car control through this final section, great traction, and he goes on provisional pole by 1 second. Next up, we've got a Mercedes of Erez, we've got a Ferrari, Red Bull as well to cross the line of Woodsy. Where's he going to put himself? He goes up into 4th position, just behind the 2 Mercedes drivers. So it looks like there's a bit of a split at the minute between drivers. GGC has invalidated his lap. Bit of a split at the minute. Some drivers clearly have got the track, others haven't, as Lister is struggling up Eau Rouge there. Or Radion and Eau Rouge. Oh, the top it's Radion, isn't it? So, yeah. What can Full Air do? Or Freddie Mills? Using a nice wide flowing line, not using too much curb. Oh, and he just extends on the exit. Easily done there at the final corner. At the final part of Piff Path. It's called something else, but it's like casual names, Piff Path. So I'm going to call it Piff Path. GGC now. We always like watching a bit of GGC, don't we? Let's see how he does. Bottom of Eau Rouge, up to the top of Radion, and then you climb up the Kettle Straight, all the way from La Source up to Lacombe is all uphill. 130.0 for GGC. Says it has gone purple, but we know what this game is like. Runs quite wide at the second part of Lacombe there, so would have lost a bit of time. Down into Rivage, doesn't run too wide, which is good. Uses all the exit as well. Flicks it into No Name. Does it keeps it within the track limits? How much balls does he have into Pouillon? Just a little. Was that a downshift maybe? I didn't see if he went up to 7th or not. Just a little lift and then back on the power. Problem with that corner is if you lift off a bit too much, you can get lift off oversteer. So you want to have faith in the grip of the car. I'd say with the aerodynamics as well, but we know on F1 games that can't feel much aero, it's mainly just tyre grip. As El Stefano joined the session, which is good. That means we have 16 drivers for tonight's race at the minute. Flick it lightly into Blanchimont, try and use the path of least resistance. Hard braking, don't lock your tyres, which he does, but he doesn't lose that much time. All over the curb, don't run too far wide, don't get on the curb too much. Shortest run to the line. Where's his putting? That's a good lap from GGC actually. Puts him into 4th. Watching it, it looks like a very, very tidy lap. Scotty's invalidated lap, which isn't ideal. Lister's trying to put a lap in. Chubb's still in the pits. It wouldn't have been Epic who picked up podium last week because he did have a race ban for incorrect safety car procedure in the race before. He picked up too many penalty points, which rewarded him a race ban, which he served at Silverstone. He'll be looking to bounce back after that mistake. He did win on track in Canada, but obviously with penalties, it meant that the Aston Martins recorded an incredible 1-2 after being dead last during lap 1. Lister goes a second behind Johnny Stokes. Really relying on Epic putting out an epic performance here, because it looks like Johnny's just miles quicker than everyone really. This is a track with, you know, the longer tracks is where surprisingly more time can be found. You see a bigger gap between the very best drivers and good drivers. What can Epic do now? He goes on to provisional pole. It's a good lap from Epic. 41.8. Yeah, that's a very good lap. So Johnny Stokes has a challenger. It's good to see. Thing is, can Epic put up the fight during the actual race? That'll be interesting to see. Cherry's just on an out lap at the minute. I think everyone's just on an out lap or coming into the pits. No one is on a lap other than Woomax, so we will stay on board with him. Riding up the Kemmel Straight, maxing out at 215 miles an hour, so obviously low downforce is what a lot of people go for. However, aero on F1 2023, it's probably better to just go slightly higher than you would have typically over the past few years of F1 games. Oh, just about keeps it within the track limits. Up into 7th gear, flicks it down, back in 7th after going up into 8th. He had a little dab on the brakes there. Obviously, during this middle section, if you're running slightly high downforce, this is where you make up the time. But in the race, it might come to hurt you. I mean, we saw this year that Lando Norris in the McLaren, they brought a high downforce package, or a high downforce package, because they were expecting a bit more rain. And obviously in the main race, that didn't really help him out in the dry weather. A few years ago when Leclerc won round here and Hamilton was second, the Mercedes was using a bit more high downforce. Cherry's lost it out of pith path. Wonder if he'd run into the back of someone. Woomax goes into 7th. Woodsy into Ravage. Keeps it nice and stable on the exit. Lovely and smooth through No Name. Keeps it in 7th into Pouillon. All right on the limit of the exit there. Beautiful stuff from the Ferrari driver. 50-metre board, down a few gears, over the curb, over the second curb. No, avoids that. Whoa, he's lost the rear and he's out. I assume this is what Cherry's done as well. He has lost the rear out of pith path, just got a bit too much curb on the power, a bit too early, asking a bit too much of the tyres at that part of the track, and he is out of this qualifying session. He will start P9 at the minute during the sprint. Obviously there is a sprint, so you can make up these places back. What can Ares do? He goes a bit deep into the final corner and goes into the pits, and Cameron is invalidated. Woomax, is he on a lap again? Oh, no, he won't be on a lap. Stefano's just about to start a lap, and is that Red Bull halfway through? Yes, it is, of full air. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate or do what his mate did and beat himself off into the wall out of pith path. Don't know how long's left in the session. How much curb does he use here? Sorry to avoid it. Could have used a bit more on exit. Looks like his brake bar's made a bit too far rearwards as well. Looks like he's over-rotating the car into Stabilo 1. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the session. ...202 miles now, breaking up the 100 board, down to third, second gear, flicks it right, flicks it left, on the power, to the line. What can he do? Goes into second, 143.0. So you've got a Red Bull, Mercedes, Red Bull and Mercedes from third down to 7th. No, 4th down to 7th. And then at the top you've got a Haas, Alpine and an Aston Martin. What can El Stefano do? Through Blanchimont, 197 miles an hour through there. Bit slower than Fuller. Nicely round the final chicane to the line, and he puts himself in 13th. He stays in 13th. It's a solid banker lap. Might be the only one he gets in. The drivers are just waiting now for their final runs. I think drivers will be saving tyres for the sprint race and for the main race. Obviously, we don't know if there's any rain or not. Let's ride on board with Lister up, Radion and Orange and Radion. You want to just take the path of least resistance, thread the needle. Don't extend on the exit, but you want to cut as much as possible to get a straight line. What's he maxing out at? 214, braking at the 50 board. Clips the curb on the right, avoids it on the left, uses it on the right, all over the curb on the exit. Beautiful stuff there. Down into the Rivage, braking at the start of the curb. Get it rotated, get the front bitten in. Late apex at No Name, don't extend on the exit, and he didn't there. What can you do through Pouillon? There's a house at the top on the right, you can use that as your marker. Stayed in 8th, maybe bogged down a little bit. Revs a bit too low, didn't get a good enough drive off there. Piff path bit wide, but he gets hooked up in the mid corner, all over the curb in the second part. Uses the exit curb, bit of entry curb into Stavolo 1, using all of the exit curb. Stavolo 2 now, this is a good lap so far from Lister. He's 4 tenths up, so this could put him up into 3rd position at the minute. He's got a car moving out of his way on the left. Light turn of the steering wheel through Blanchimont, 197 minimum speed there through the final corner. Get his braking zone right. You can mess up your whole lap at this one section, and he loses the rear on the exit. Is that going to impact him? He goes up into 3rd, 142.3, so he's improved by a good half a second there. Good lap from Lister. You got GGC on his final lap. Anyone else on their final laps? I know Erez is, and I assume Camrudi is just starting his lap now. Erez has a bit of traffic in front of him. We'll go on board with him, see how he navigates this. Bit wide and Stavolo 1, yeah, I could see it come from a mile away. Front just pushed out. He should back off now and go again, go behind these drivers. Next across line will be GGC, but he's invalidated his lap. Alex is on an out lap. Alpine of Johnny on an out lap. Freddie Mills on an out lap. Everyone is on an out lap. Let's go on board with Epic then, as he will be the first one to finish his lap, I believe. There might be an AlphaTauri of El Stefano or Womack to finish first, but this is the main man, the main contender to Johnny Stokes' throne. Holds it in 7th the whole way up Eau Rouge. I wouldn't do that. He's still in 7th all the way to DRS. He's probably lost a lot of time there by over-revving the engine. Probably overheating as well. Uses a bit of grass on the entry. He's understeered a bit at the first part of Lake Com. Over all the curbs. Great commitment through there. Hard on the power. Using a bit of curb on the entry to reverse. Chuck it in. Get it slow down mid-corner. Get it rotated on the power as early as possible. Bang. Through No Name. All of the exit curb I thought he was going to invalidate there. Kept it in by absolute pixels. Flick it in. Avoid the curb on the entry. Use the curb on the exit. Hold it narrow to have the shortest run down the little straight into Piff Path. Avoid the turn, the first curb, takes the second one. It's Stavolo, uses a bit of curb, doesn't run wide. Through Stavolo 2, now he's just got the final corner to contend with. Can he put it into provisional pole? Through Blanchimont. 195 minimum speed. Spots his braking zone 100 metres out. Down into 2nd. Gets it rotated for the second part. Straight exit, bit over the curb. Shortest run to the line. What can he do? He's done a 141.6. Over to you, Mr. Johnny Stokes, as Scotty goes into 2nd. The 141.9. Johnny Stokes is 2.5 tenths up. Womax has just gone a bit quicker there, I believe. Oh, was that Alex? No, that was Alex going into 5th with a 142.4. So that's a good quality for him in the end. What could Johnny Stokes do now? He's just got 2 more corners to go. Just have to be nice and sensible here. Don't lose it on exit. Short run to the line. Is this going to be pole position? I don't think it is. It isn't. Epic is on pole position for the Belgian sprint here. Johnny Stokes lost a bit too much time at the end there. Must have bottled it at the final corner. So that means Epic's on pole position for your sprint race. Johnny Stokes in second. Scotty with a good lap in third. And you've got big gap back to Lister and Alex. And then a little bit more of a gap to Camrody, Fuller, Erez, Womax. GGC rounds out your top 10. And you have Woodsy who DNF'd. Cherry DNF'd as well. El Stefano only completed 1 lap. Then you have Frenzy who never qualified anyway. Chubb decided not to qualify, starting at the back. And you have Kyle who DNF'd for reasons we don't know. So that is your starting grid then for the sprint race, which is up next in Monday Night's Legend League. Here we go then on the grid for the formation lap for the sprint race. Does Epic fancy going? He does. Finally get going. Don't need that. Need the track map. We will put that on. We will get the tyres up. Everyone is on mediums apart from Frenzy down in 14th, who starts on the soft tyres. There we go. So one thing that I want to point out on this formation lap is how hard Epic uses the tyres. I don't think he realises that you can literally just brake the full way. Chubb has been disqualified. I know he's been in a work meeting. So yeah. Obviously formation lap can dictate your own speed, but you can't be too aggressive with your acceleration and braking, especially when there's a driver real close behind. You have to be reasonably predictable. But if you watch Epic compared to everyone else, or even in I mean, if you watch league racing as a whole, if you watch any sort of fairly good level of league racing, some of the stuff like PSGL or anything, or any team events, you know, don't want to big myself up, but type of events I compete in, yeah, you never see drivers on this game working the tyres this hard. You look at anyone really throughout the field. Look at Johnny behind, literally just holding the brake. Scotty not quite. Alex is a perfect example, yeah, but I think Epic overworks his tyres. All you have to do on this game, which is really unreal, well, it's unrealistic to be able to hold the throttle fully down like Johnny is and a bit of the brake, but in real life, heating the brake on using the brakes heats up the tyres really well. In this game it works a bit too well, to the point where you don't need to be aggressive with them like Epic's doing. You just need to do what Johnny's doing and hold the throttle, hold the brake a little bit whilst you're on full throttle. So there's one thing I've noticed: Epic massively overworks his tyres. Like, yeah, it's just a bit ridiculous doing all this. Don't need to do it on this game at all. Just need to hold the brake the full corner. Looks like he's going to be moving himself very aggressively angled at Johnny Stokes here. It's a short run into the first corner at this track, as we have the final drivers coming in now. It's a very short run to the first corner. The most important run is to lane comp. Drivers in the back going round other drivers, even though you can just go through them. Yeah, you can just go through drivers. Anyway, we have 4, 5 red lights here for the sprint race. And they're out on my screen, and they are finally out on the driver's screen. We are go then. Epic goes across to cover Johnny early. Can Johnny hold on to second? Yes, he can. Gets a good exit out of the first corner. That guy Alex has moved up 1 position into 4th. We've got the Red Bulls going side by side into Rouge and Radion. They get through unscathed. Can Johnny Stokes now get a run on Epic? He's in the slipstream, he's using his DRS, but he's just going to tuck in for now. Thought we were going to see a here comes Sebastian Vettel moment, but we do see a here comes Cam Ruddy as he sends one up the inside into lane comp on Lister. Lister holds on to that one. We've got it kicking off at the back a little bit. We've got a yellow flag as I think Chubb has had a moment. Kyle's lost his front wing at the start there as well. But drivers look to have got through pretty unscathed at the minute. Looks like to just be settling down into more of this DRS train. I expect there to be a bit more fighting, I guess. A bit more wheel banging in the main race. But we have Epic out in the lead. He's managed to pull out a 3/4 of a second lead to Johnny Stokes in second. Scotty behind in a watching brief then. Alex has got a great start, already right on the back of Scotty here. Wonder if we're going to see any moves down into the bus stop. We've got GGC all over the back of Woomax. Is he going to send one into the bus stop? Woomax doesn't defend. Oh, as GGC gets collected by Woodsy, and El Stefano goes into the side of GGC. Chubb goes through. Frenzy goes through. Cherry's in the pit for wing damage, but Woodsy is absolutely pile drive into the back of GGC. 2 out of the last 3 weeks now he's been punted off like that. Feel sorry for GGC. The whole of the bottom, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers are in the pit. Is Johnny going to go for it early on Epic and just try and command the race from there? Freddie Mills is all over the back of Alex. Is he going to send one into lane comp? Oh, he nearly goes into the back of him. Lister and Cam Ruddy are having a little scrap. Cam Ruddy's going to go down the inside of it, out of Malmany, into Rivage. Lister just leaves him just enough space, and Cam Ruddy just fits his Mercedes through there then. Great racing from these two, but we've got a clear split in the grid here between the top 11 drivers and the bottom 5 drivers after that crazy end to the first lap. Alex now, after I think Fuller's made a mistake somewhere this lap, because obviously he was right. Oh yeah, he did, because he nearly went into the back of Alex and he's lost a lot of time there. He's now got Cameron and his teammate right behind him, so it looks like drivers are starting to separate out a little bit now. This is really the only main battle that we have where the drivers are close inside DRS of each other. Is Lister going to potentially try into the bus stop? It's kicking off at the back there. Someone's round, and I believe that's Woodsy. Oh, Lister having a little look. Cameron goes wide. Is he going to try and cut underneath him for the old switcheroo? He does, but he loses the rear on exit. Epic's nearly extended that gap to over a second now. Frenzy sets the fastest lap of the race. And we have a yellow flag at the back for Woodsy. I think, yeah, Woodsy, Kyle, one of them two. El Stefano making a move on Cherry at the back there. Nicely done. So Johnny Stokes now then does have that DRS. Epic wasn't able to break it. So you have the top 4 fighting for the win of this sprint race then. You have Epic in the Haas, Johnny Stokes, Mr. Invincible in the Alpine. Then you have Scotty in 3rd, holding on to that final podium position, as well as Alex, who's holding on to the back of him. You then have a little group behind, battle for 5th, And then Erez, Frenzy and Womack's fighting out. Woodsy's just retired in the pits. Cherry's also in the pits, I assume, for a new front wing or something. And then you have RPR Trouble. I don't know if he's still in AI or not. Let's go back to these battles at the front then. Battle for 5th position here. Everyone's beginning to spread out again. Just DRS trains. Johnny Stokes again. Epic is really good through that middle sector. So I wonder if he's using a bit high downforce. But he's got to be careful of his DRS. He's already down to 30%. Johnny Stokes can now just sit where he is. As long as he doesn't get pressured from Scotty, who's on a lot of DRS, then, you know, he can just see there and save it. He's locked his rears, nearly gone round. Can Scotty have a go at him? He could go for a move into. So Johnny Stokes is out of the DRS now. Johnny Stokes is out of the DRS. Epic just needs to get a good exit off the source, and Johnny will be over a second behind. And he is. This is Scotty's opportunity to get a move done on his mate. Alex is right behind. They could make a double overtake here. Scotty, with all the RS in the world, could go on the hunt for this sprint race win. Johnny Stokes has used some up. Scotty's going to get by him down or up the Kemmel Straight, sorry. Nicely done into second. Alex just behind. Fuller, Lister, Cam Ruddy unchanged. You've got Erez Frenzy right behind him as well for that last points position. Womack's in 10th, then you've just got everyone else at the back really. But Johnny Stokes, we're starting to see a few more mistakes creep into his performances recently. And that's one of them, just locking the rears up into the bus stop. Scotty's managed to pull within the second of Epic. Obviously he has that extra ERS he's able to use, and he has used it. Epic on 40%, Scotty on 57%. Johnny on 43%, Alex on 50%. Fuller's just on the fringes of the second to Alex as well. We could have a 7-car fight for the win of this race here. Epic just managing that gap. Scotty's closing in though. He's going to go for this as soon as possible, I can imagine. Up the Kemmel Straight on the next lap. Closes right into him in the braking zone. Johnny Stokes looks like he's all over the place at the minute. Alex is fucking wiggling out of the final corner. But Johnny Stokes does not look comfortable here. He is vulnerable to everyone in this train. Alex has dropped outside the second now. Fuller wasn't able to get in the second, and he's got his teammate behind him who's managed to get ahead of Cam Ruddy. Can Scotty go for the move on Epic here? Lister's going for the move on his teammate at the same time. Epic defends into Lacom. Scotty's going to not go around the outside. He's going to try and cut underneath him. He's just going to bide his time. Lister then, using the DRS, got past his teammate. He's into 5th. Now at the back of that guy Alex, who's dropped to 1.3 seconds behind the top 3, who were covered by less than a second here. Johnny Stokes has found a bit of pace back on him. He's now on the back of Scotty. Scotty's still got the most DRS here. Epic's only on 30%. He's on 25%. He's not got enough to be able to defend this. He needs to push as hard as he can. Maybe let Scotty by and just try and hold that DRS. What a sprint race we've had here. 7 drivers. Any of them can get on the podium. If someone makes a mistake, then it throws it wide open again. Frenzy's closing up onto the back of this pack as well, and he's bringing Erez with him. This could be a 9-way battle for the podium, but Scotty has a look on the inside. Thinks better off it. Breaks early, just trying to save that ERS and keep in the DRS. But this is allowing Alex to get back within that second. He's just on the fringes of it. Fuller and Lister and Cam Ruddy now all on the back of Alex, all in DRS. Scotty's going to get his opportunity here. He is right on the back of Epic. Johnny Stokes might be able to have a run on him. Oh, Scotty's basically pushing him through this part of the track. He's got that much speed. Scotty's going to easily get by. Is Johnny Stokes going to get by? He's going to get the slipstream from Scotty. He's going to try and get round the outside. He's outbroke Epic and he's got the move done. Epic's gone from first to third. Down one straight. Is he going to have a look down the inside into Rivage? He's going to send it. Johnny leaves the space. Epic's on the inside and he gets that move done. Beautiful stuff from Epic. Back up into second. Within the DRS of Scotty. Lister managed to get by Alex, so Lister's on a charge for the podium now. Alex is fading out of the race. Frenzy and Erez still just behind this pack. Lister hasn't got much ERS though, but he's got a lot of pace on him. Scotty's eked out a gap of 3/4 of a second. Every's got a 3-second penalty, so he's going to drop down. Lister could find himself on the podium here. Full Air gets himself a penalty, so Cam Ruddy could pick himself up a place. I wonder how many other drivers are close to getting a penalty, but Epic is still in that DRS just about when he's not anymore. Scotty has used his DRS to get him out. Johnny's going to send it into the bus stop. No, he isn't. Things better off it. Lister's right behind him. He's going to send it into the final section of the bus stop. Alex is right there again. Thought he was fading out of the contention, but he isn't. Epic locks up into turn 1. Johnny Stokes gets a good exit. He's on 50% ERS. Epic's only on 27 and he's out the DRS. This is the penultimate time. We'll come up the Kemmel straight. Johnny Stokes is going to get the move done basically before the DRS. Lister's the next one to have a pop at Epic. Alex is there as well. Alex is on 27%. Lister's on under 10. Epic's on 21. Johnny Stokes on 40%. Can he go after Scotty now, who's rinsed all of his ERS trying to get out of the DRS of Epic? Johnny Stokes could win this race again after being down in third. Epic's out of it now with the 3-second penalty. Full Air has dropped 2 seconds behind Alex. Cam Ruddy's still right there. He'll pick up position up. Frenzy's right behind Cameron and he's brought Erez with him. So Full Air could drop to 9 potentially. Epic could drop as far as 4. He could drop down to 6, 7 potentially. Depends on how close Cam Ruddy is to him. But he's definitely not finishing on the podium. That podium spot will go to Lister if he stays ahead of Alex. But they're all so close together now. Epic is within 2 tenths of Johnny Stokes. He needs to get by him now actually. He needs to get by him into the bus stop so he has the best chance of winning this sprint race on track. Scotty has lost time to Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes is within 3 tenths. It looks like Johnny Stokes is going to come away with this sprint race win. We go on to the final lap of the sprint race. Lap 8 out of 8. Scotty's your leader, but only half a second in front of Johnny Stokes. Epic is in third, but with a 3-second penalty. Leicester is dropping to 3/4 of a second. He's got a good exit out of that first corner. Alex is half a second with a good bit of ERS. Could he go for a move on Leicester? Johnny Stokes, can he get the move done on Scotty? Scotty's rear lights flashing. Scotty goes defensive early. Johnny's going to save his ERS possibly for the run to the bus stop. He's going to try around the outside. He isn't. Alex is going to go down the inside to Laycom. There's a bit of contact there between the front wing of Lister and the rear left of Alex. But Alex gets the move done. So Alex is going to get the podium as it stands. Johnny Stokes couldn't get the move done, but he's got a load of ERS, so he will be able to have another go along the back straight through Bronchemont and then into the final corner. Alex has dropped out the second, but there's no more DRS. He's on about the same amount of energy as Lister, so he will get the podium at the minute. Johnny Stokes is in the best position out of anyone. Epic's on 40%. Scotty's on 40%. Johnny Stokes on 40%. Surely he's got this done now. Scotty needs to just try and force him in the most uncomfortable position he can be. Just stick it in the middle of the road through Blanchemont. He does. Defend the inside into the bus stop. Is he going to? No, he isn't. He's going to let Johnny have the inside. He's going to try and hang it round the outside in the bus stop. Get the inside to the final section. Can Johnny go and cut underneath him? Uses the RS to the line. No, he can't. Scotty wins, followed by Johnny Stokes in second. Alex picks up third. And then Lister in fourth. Epic drops to fifth with that penalty. Frenzy gets sixth. Cameron gets 7th. Erez picked up that final point position. That's a double point position in the sprint for Mercedes, the only team to do that in the sprint race. And Fuller, after that great little battle he's had throughout the race, drops down to 9th with that 3-second penalty. Chubb potentially still an AI in 10th. Womack picked up in 11th. Kyle, 30 seconds behind Womack, will pick up 12th position. He'll be looking for a better performance during the race. GGC as well, unlucky right at the start there, getting tipped around by Woodsy. Finishes in 13th. El Stefano in 14th. And halfway around the other side of the track is going to be Cherry, who ended up having to pit for a second time. But wow, what an incredible sprint race that was. So many drivers could have won it. Johnny Stokes potentially should have sent it a bit more into the bus stop, gone deep, and then just made it a block pass into the final part of the bus stop. Block off the line so Scotty can't get by, but Cherry comes through, finished in 15th, and Woodsy is the only DNF of the session. Incredible scenes. I hope we see more of this during the main feature race, to be honest, because this is brilliant stuff so far. I'll quickly run through then your grid for the feature race. You have Scotty, who will be on that pole position, Johnny Stokes in 2nd, Alex 3rd, Lister holds his 4th, Epic drops down to 5th after starting 1st, got that 3-second penalty, it's completely ruined his sprint race. Frenzy managed to get up into 6th, Cameron 7th, Erez 8th, the final points paying position in the sprint. Fuller is in 9th, Chubb, was he in AI or not? I'm not too sure. He's in 10th. Womack 11th. Kyle 12th. GGC 13th. El Stefano 14th. And then you have Cherry and Woodsy starting 15th and 16th. Next up is the feature race. Here we go then, the feature race, the formation lap for the feature race. Let us have a look at what the tyres are saying. We've got a few different things going on. We've got Scotty and Johnny Stokes on the front row going for the mediums. Alex looking for that quick start is on the softs, hoping to hold on to position right at the end. You have Lister in 4th on, as Johnny Stokes has left. Johnny Stokes has left the session. I'll send him an invite. We have Lister on the mediums in 4th, as well as Epic and Frenzy. Cam Ruddy has chosen the softs, just like Alex. Erez is in 8th on the mediums. Fuller on hards. Chubb, whether he selected these or not, I'm not sure if he's still in AI or not. E is on the softs. I'll get that up. I think he is in the game now because of that throttle trace. Womack is on medium, Carl's on soft, GGC the only other driver on the hards, then you have the 3 at the back, El Stefano, Cherry and Woodsy all on the medium tyres. So Are these drivers at the front looking to do medium to soft, or are they looking to do medium to hard? Typically, this has been a track you do medium to soft on. The softs are amazing at the end of the race. I assume Alex is going to push to do soft to medium. Obviously, if the drivers around do medium to hard, then that suits him better, because then Alex can be on the mediums. Yeah, he'll have to push them longer, but they'll have a much better natural pace to them. I assume Johnny's back in. Throttle trace looks a bit AI-ish to me. I think he's back in. I think he's back in. Anyway, here we go then. Drivers lining up for the start of this race. There is an unknown as to whether Johnny is actually in the session. We assume he will be. You have two potential title contenders if Johnny continues to bottle it a little bit, but not much of the season left to go. We have 5 red lights here in Spa-Francorchamps. And Johnny's lagged and gone. I have absolutely no clue what's happened there. I think we're restarting is what we're looking at doing, because this is all messed up. So let me stay in for now then and wait to see what happens. Yeah, we will be restarting the race, so I will quit to the main menu and I'll try and get up the results. Just bear with us here as we get fisted by the greatest game ever known to man. Alright, let me set this lobby up then. I'll just be back in 1 second. Right then, so we are back for the start of this race. Sorry about that. I assume the stream's all still going. Yeah, these things happen. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, we're here now. There will be a formation lap. Drivers have to start on the same tyres that they were already on. I think I remember who was on what tyre. And if it's changed, they'll be penalised for that. So they must start on the exact same tyre. Who the fuck's in the comments? Sir Boichi, hello. Puggy Ethan always cleared this league. Who's that? I don't know who you're on about. Right, let's go then. Let's get this race underway. We'll have a look through the tyres to just make sure everyone is on the correct ones. So we have someone not on the correct tyres because there should be 2 hard runners and there isn't. So who is on a tyre they shouldn't be on? Let's name and shame them. So the top 3 should be medium, medium, soft, and they are. The next 3 should be on the mediums, and they are. Cam really on soft, yes he is. Freddie Mills is the one. He should be on the hards. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. So yeah, everyone's on the same tyre apart from full air. Right. State of play then. Johnny Stokes trying to start a win streak again after winning last time out in Silverstone. Scotty trying to take the championship to Johnny Stokes. 1 in Canada. There's still 4 races left after the winter break. This is the final race before the winter break. Let me just say that. Or is it? No, there's 1 more. This is the penultimate round before the winter break. Can Scotty start a championship charge right at the end here? If results go his way, he's still in the fight. Johnny Stokes needs to get back on top. Alex, can he pick up a win? Can Epic pick up a win? There's a lot of drivers here who could find themselves fighting for the win of this race. We have 3, 4, 5 red lights to get underway in Belgium. And we are go finally. Scotty gets a poor launch by the looks of it. Johnny Stokes is going to go and try and have a look around the outside of him. Going to try and get that good run. So Alex is pushing him on the inside there. It looks like Alex has got the run on the inside. No, he hasn't. He drops in behind the Alpine driver on them soft tyres. Epic has managed to get a good start ahead of Lister. Cam really on the softs has picked up a few positions. It looks like El Stefano's going down. Erez has lost out on places. But can Johnny Stokes have a run on Scotty here? It doesn't look like he can. Can Alex have a run? Epic's going to have a run on Alex. He's going to be on the inside. Alex sends one, makes contact with Johnny. Johnny skips the chicane. Epic round the outside. He's done Alex. Alex is down into 4th position. Cam Ruddy's going to now try and have a look at down the outside of him. Into Rivard. He's going to go around the outside of him. No, he isn't. He can't do it with the tires. Someone's going around there. That's Lister or Fuller. I think that's Fuller. No, it's Lister. No, it isn't. Both are somehow still in the race. Someone was going around in the background there, but Alex sends one uncharacteristically up the inside of Johnny early on. I wonder if Johnny has damage there. It doesn't look like he has, but Epic has managed to have a great start there, find himself up in 3rd position. That's exactly what he needs. Alex is now under threat from Cam Ruddy. We then have the 2 Red Bulls again, neck and neck. We have Chubby's managed to pick up a position. 2 positions. Erez is down into 9th now, I think, with Rumax and El Stefano 10th and 11th. GGC and Frenzy is the one who's lost a lot of positions. He's down at the back. I wonder if he has any damage on that Alfa Romeo. It doesn't look like he does. But coming now into the bus stop for the first time, then let's have a look at the winners and the losers from this first lap. Epic's the real winner. He's moved up 2 positions. Alex has lost out. He's down 1. Cam Ruddy's got a great start as well. But Frenzy is down 10 positions and is in the pit for a new front wing. So that is going to have to be incredibly tough drive back through the field. But I wonder if Epic's going to try and go for a move early on here on Johnny Stokes and try and split these 2 friends, or Scotty will try and work with Johnny Stokes, I presume, who's going to go for a move now before DRS is enabled potentially. No, he isn't. He thought about it, but he's just stuck in behind. Epic's got to watch him brief. Cam Ruddy now is going for an attack on Alex. They made contact into the first part of Lacom, and they're going to go side by side now through the final part. Yes, they are. Lister's going to try and cut underneath, and he does. Can he do the both of them? No, he can't, but Alex is down 2 positions again into 6th place. He's just getting absolutely bullied here by everyone else, and he's lost the rear, and he's down another position. Fuller's in front of him. I wonder if Alex has damage then because of a bit of contact. Oh no, Chubb's going to go for a move into Pouillon. He thinks, no, he isn't. He thinks better on it, but Alex has had an absolute howler of a start in these first 2 laps. He would have been looking forward, trying to potentially pick up a win round this track. He normally does amazing here, but he's absolutely fallen like a pebble there. Straight down into 7th after starting in 3rd. Incredible stuff. And it all started from when he sent one up the inside of Johnny into Lacom. Look at these 3 though, all over the back of each other. Is Johnny going to try and send one up the inside into the bus stop? It looks like he might do. Epic's having a little look as well. This could get tasty. Both Scotty and Johnny go wide. Is Epic going to cut back underneath Johnny? I think he is. No, not quite. Didn't quite get the drive out of there. But is he going to look down the inside into the source? No, thinks better of it. Looks like Chubb and Alex are going side by side as well. Chubb gets down the inside of Alex. Bit of contact on exit, but nothing to write home about. So Alex has had a really poor start. I want to assume that he has wing damage here. So Johnny's going to go for a move on Scotty here, obviously. I wonder if Epic's going to try and follow him through, but I think he's a bit too far back. But he's got a lovely toe here. Is he going to send one down the outside into Lacom? No, he looks at it, but doesn't quite go for it. Lister's managed to get past Cam Ruddy. He's on the mediums, Cam Ruddy on the soft. You got Fuller in the watching brief. Alex has managed to get back by Chubb, and then you've got Womax just in behind with Erez as well. Kyle's right behind, so it's all extremely close apart from Frenzy, who had to make that early pit stop. But Johnny Stokes now is in the driving seat for this race. He's up into 1st. There's a yellow flag. That is a... What is that? It's a Haas of Kyle is round with wing damage. That is not going to help his race out, so he's going to fall back into the clutches of Frenzy. He's going to need a safety car to bring himself back into this race. Got Womack in 9th, who has had a very solid start in the point scoring positions. But is Cam really going to be able to come back at Leicester? Johnny has already gapped Scotty by 1 second, so Scotty needs to burn this ERS and really make sure he can stay in this 1 second window. This is where his championship is potentially decided, you know. If he gets a result here against Johnny today, Johnny's alarm bells will be ringing, okay? As Johnny sets the fastest lap of the race there, and Scotty does stay within that second. What a battle we have for the win here at the beginning of this race. Battle for fourth as well, looks like to be heating up. Cam Ruddy is still within that second. Freddie Mills is right on the back of Cam Ruddy, with Alex and Chubb in behind. So Alex is still within that second. It looks like Freddie Mills is going to go for a move here. Is he going to get the double done? Is he going to do his teammate? He's blocked Cam Ruddy in behind Lister. And Full Air does come out ahead. Is Cam Ruddy going to go around the outside of Lister? He's going to get the inside to Malmedy. He doesn't get it done, but he's going to leave himself vulnerable to Alex and Chubb now. Is Alex going to send one into Rivage? No, he doesn't. Wise move from Alex, not sending one into this difficult corner. You'll always understeer out into your opponent. Full Air then swapping positions with his teammate and also getting by Cam Ruddy. So he's jumped up into a fourth position now. What a battle this is for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and potentially 9th if Womax can get in the DRS, and 10th. You got 7 cars potentially in a trainer. Epic and Scotty have settled in behind Johnny Stokes then for now. Both 6/10ths behind the driver in front. Epic's on 43%. Scotty's had to use some of that ERS to stay within the second. Johnny Stokes on 52%, so he's just trying to control the pace at the front. Is Lister going to try and go for a move into the bus stop potentially? It'd be a risky one, but I wouldn't put it past the Irishman. He does not. Cam Ruddy closes right up. Full Air's made a mistake. Is Cam Ruddy going to go through? As lag as Full Air has left the session. So Full Air's made a mistake, left the session. Alex is sending one up the inside of Cam Ruddy. Bit of a block pass there. Through goes Chubb down the inside of the exit of Lassos. And then we have Lister, who's managed to get a second ahead of Alex. So Freddie Saint has, not Freddie Saint, Full Air has fucking dropped out the race. Johnny Stokes has lost the position to Scotty. Wow, there's so much going on, and I need to send an invite to Full Air. Alex goes down the inside into Lacob. Can he get the move done cleanly on Lister? No, he can't. Chubb's in a watching brief, can't do anything about it. I'm going to go and invite Full Air, wherever he is. Freddie Mills, where the fuck are you? El Stefano's retired. El Stefano's retired. Is it? Oh, what's happened there? Chubb and Alex have taken each other out. Oh no! Chubb and Alex have taken each other out. El Stefano and Woodsy are out of the race. And we've got Cherry up into the points. Full Air's managed to stay in 8th. Womax is up into 6th. And Ares is in 7th. You've got Cam Ruddy and Lister there. Oh my word. So I assume Alex and Chubb have made contact into Rivage. El Stefano and Woodsy have gone into them, and they are out of the race, unless that was a completely separate incident of each other, and because of that there's been a safety car. But wow, what a hectic first 5 laps of this race this has been. Will drivers make a pit stop now? If you're on the softs, you can strap on a set of hard tyres and go to the end. If you strap on a set of hard tyres for anyone and go to the end of the race. And Scotty has sped into the pits. What an absolute idiot. Oh no. Oh man. He's going to either serve that at the end of the race or during his next pit stop if he has one. That is not what he needs. But Epic and Johnny will be absolutely loving that. Everyone dives into the pits. This helps Frenzy and Carl out, who will find themselves at the back of the pack. Let's see if anyone comes out of this worse or better than the other. So we have the top 4 on hards. We have Cam Ruddy on mediums. Womax has gone aggressive on the soft, hoping for another safety car. Erez has played it safe on hards. Full Air, I don't think he's back in, but he is on the softs. I wonder if that was his AI. And then Cherry, Chubb, GGC are on mediums, and the bottom 3 have gone on to hards. Wow, incredible start to this race. Oh god. So I do believe is he? Where is he? No, I don't see the other account. Where is the kiddie? Where is this bloke? Is he Freddie Mills? He's not there. Weird. I think Cam already sent him an invite. Oh, there he is. So he will be getting back into the session. Scotty with that 5-second penalty will not help him out at all. Crazy stuff then, as we've seen both Chubb and Alex have an incident and fallen down. They're going to have to try and safely make their way back through the field. El Stefano and Woodsy have either got involved in that incident as well or had their own incident, and they're out of the session causing a safety car. Let's run through this then. We have Scotty with a 5-second penalty in the lead on the hard tyres. Johnny Stokes on the hard tyres as well behind him. Epic on the hard tyres as well. And I believe Lister is also on the hard tyres. Cam Ruddy has found himself staying in 5th behind Lister. They've been having a great battle this whole night. Womax has cleanly found himself in the 6th position due to other people's errors. Erez is in 7th. This is a good result at the minute for the Mercedes boys. Fuller, even though he's disconnected, he's still in 8th, but he is on them soft compound tyres, I believe. Cherry in the other Alpine is scoring 2 points at the minute in 9th position with RPR Chubb behind him. He just had that incident with Alex, who's in 12th. Splitting them is GGC in 11th. Then at the back, who has been helped the most by this, we have Kyle and Frenzy, who've obviously had to make more pit stop than they should due to incidents on the first couple of laps. But the big stuff so far is RPR Chubb and that guy Alex having an incident, are finding themselves now at the fringes of the points, whereas they could have both been fighting for the podium. Alex has had a howler of a start here, really. He's gone from 3rd position, obviously sent it down the inside of Johnny uncharacteristically into lay calm on the opening lap. Epic was able to do him there and get by him, so was Cam Ruddy. And then he dropped positions to other people like the likes of Lister and Fuller before Fuller disconnected. He was also obviously in that scrap with Chubb. As the safety car now peels off into the pit lane, relinquishing control to Scotty Harris. When will he go? We've got to try and build a gap up, so for either the end of the race or for when he has a pit stop, this 5-second penalty doesn't matter. If you're Johnny Stokes and you're Epic, you're feeling reasonably comfortable with Scotty having this penalty. It's not what Scotty needed. A night where he can really send a message to Johnny, really start a championship charge. Obviously he won in Canada, and he's gone now just before the bus stop. Hasn't caught anyone out really. How's his exit out of the bus stop? It looks like it's a good one, but he has not caught anyone out at the start of this race. What's happening further back? Cam Ruddy's been caught out a little bit. Same with Cherry, but no moves happening into La Source. Can Johnny Stokes, or will Johnny Stokes, go for a move early? Freddie Mills is right on the back of Erez as well. As GGC's retired up at Eau Rouge, I wonder what's happened there. I wonder if he had contact with someone. As Chubb and Cherry swap positions there down the Kemmel Straight. Same with Fuller and Erez. So Fuller is now right on the back of Womax. He'll be looking to get by him quickly. Obviously, both of these drivers are on the soft compound tyres. Whether Fuller was himself selecting that or the AI, we don't know. But he's going to have to try and make this work now. Try and pick up some positions quickly and hope for a safety car later on in this race. Camry now begins to close back that second to Lister, who is comfortably in the DRS of the top three. Camry is on their medium tyres, whereas all the drivers in front of him are on the hard. Epic's looking a bit racy behind Johnny. I feel like he's wanting to get ahead early due to that penalty from Scotty. Fuller just gone for a move out of Stavolo 2. On Womax. Oh, close right up there. Does Epic. Really good on the brakes. He's right on the rear of Johnny, basically pushing him through the final corner. Surely he's not going to send one into the source. He has a little look, but doesn't properly go for it. So for these drivers, it's just about trying to manage these tyres and get to the end of the race. Cam Ruddy's going to probably have to make another pit stop. I can't remember what tyre he started on. I think he started on the soft, didn't he, with Alex. I think Epic's just cut the top of Eau Rouge there, the Radion. Going up the Kemmel Straight now. And Johnny Stokes does get in front of Scotty, I believe. Yes, he does. Epic needs to get a move on and stop these two from working together. He can't just sit behind and let them help each other and pull away and save VRS. Alex gets ahead of Cherry there, who's now under threat from Kyle. Chubb and Erez are having a fight. Them two normally throw up some fireworks, so let's hope that they don't do anything too stupid. Epic still right on the back of Scotty and Johnny at the top. Not really anywhere that Chubb can go for a move in this middle sector. Just has to wait for the back straight through Blanchimont and into the bus stop. Lister's done well at the start of this, just to stay with that top three. Lister, week in, week out, has shown promise to get a good result in this league, but I don't think he's ever really come through with it and produced that performance right throughout a race. Epic now just easing his way along on the back of Scotty. I think he's going to try and go for a move here up the Kemmel Straight. Gets a good run through Eau Rouge and Radion, basically pushing Scotty through the top of there. Let's see then. Lagging around a lot by the looks of it because Woodsy is left. Scotty's going for a half look on Johnny just to try and defend from Epic. Epic really needs to get this move done to be able to try and split Johnny and Scotty. He's going to send it down the inside and Scotty spun him, squeezed him right to the apex. Epic half spun there, but he's still going, no damage. Lister manages to get ahead of him in all that. Fuller get ahead of Cam Ruddy as well, because obviously he's on them soft tyres. So this is a good start from the other Red Bull. Lister's looking racy behind Scotty now, but obviously they need to make sure that they don't fall outside of this second to Johnny Stokes. Otherwise he will just run away with it. But maybe just showing a bit of impatience from Epic there. Sending it down into Rivage is always a difficult one, especially if you're not fully already alongside the driver. You can't really poke your nose down there. Scotty had the right to turn in really. Epic wasn't really alongside of him. Maybe could have just released the brake, left a little bit of room, but I mean Scotty isn't the one that's come away worse from that. Epic's the one that's come away worse, and he did not need that at all. So what can Lister do now that he's up behind Scotty? Gaps at 3/4 of a second. Can he go on a charge here? Because Scotty is down on ERS. Lister's on 60%, so he could burn a little bit and try and close up. But when you're just in this DRS trait, it doesn't really work. I wonder if Fuller is going to try and make a move on Epic. Now, Epic's going to go a bit defensive here as Scotty gets the move done. He's going to go down the outside. Epic breaks nicely there. No way through for Fuller. But he is on them soft tyres, so he does have a pace advantage at the minute on these drivers. Johnny and Scotty going for that classic teammate help, I guess. I know they're not actually teammates, but they're always in a call with each other, and they've been teammates for every season that they've been together in RPR, apart from this one. Let's see how some drives are doing further down. So Frenzy's all over the back of Alex, who Alex hasn't made the gains that I thought he would. Bear in mind, he normally shows a lot of pace around this track. Been a pretty poor feature race from him. He did amazing during the main race, but this feature race has been one to forget for him. Lister is all over the back of these two. He is a threat in this race. Epic's now fallen off, so you know they aren't really too worried about Epic. But like I was saying with Epic, Lister needs to get between Johnny and Scotty, because if you don't, then they can just do this every lap as someone's left. GGC has left the session, but if you don't get between them, then they're just going to do this every lap. And he is going to go for a move now. Is he going to go for another move on Johnny? I don't think he is. No, he isn't. So that is Lister up into second and Johnny into first. Scotty's down in third. Epic's down into fifth now, who has not had a great restart to this race at all with that collision with Scotty. I wonder if he's picked up a little bit of damage because of that, but I would have assumed he would have fell off a lot more. There's a yellow flag for a Haas of Epic. Carl and Epic picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. So out of nowhere, Lister could be in with a shot of a win here if he can keep it clean and, most importantly, stay within the DRS of Johnny Stokes. Chubb is now finally making his way towards Cameron, but he's still 2.5 seconds behind, with Womax still within the second, as well as Frenzy. Alex has managed to get ahead of Erez, and now within the second as Kyle has spun again, and Cherry has got ahead of him into 12th position. So I assume Kyle is going to retire very soon. But Frenzy's now up into the points. Alex is back into the points. Erez has fallen down a little bit. But yeah, Chubb's just starting to bring this pack along to Cam Ruddy. Cam Ruddy falling off a little bit now. He's under 10% ERS and he's out of the second of Epic. Epic's right in the DRS of Fuller, and he needs to get back by him really, because there's a 2-second gap now to the cars in front, and there's a 1.5 second gap between Johnny Stokes and Lister. So Lister's going to come under threat from Scotty here with the DRS. Scotty's going to get the move done in the inside of Lecom, and Epic's going to go around the outside on the braking line into Lecom. Johnny Stokes has got himself a 3-second time penalty. So Lister here is in a good position if he can get back to Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes now we need to see the proper pace of Johnny, and he needs to stretch his legs and eke out some time here. Alex got by Frenzy and all that. I did see that he got him out of La Source, so between La Source and Eau Rouge is where he got him. Womax still right on the back of Chubb, who is now only 1.5 seconds behind Cam Ruddy. So it looks like the pack is really compressing here. Epic's managing to close this 2-second gap back up to Lister. So if Epic gets a move on, there's a potential that he can catch straight back up. Can he work his way around Lister and Scotty and try and get to Johnny? He's had the pace the whole night to do that, but he's just got caught up. He hasn't been decisive enough in his moves, in my opinion. He hasn't been decisive and quick enough with his moves. He should have tried to separate Scotty and Johnny much earlier, and he failed to do that. Lister did that, but unfortunately the driver who he let go was Johnny, and he's now stretched out to 2.5 seconds. So yeah, Lister needs to get a move on here, try and pump in some qualifying laps and get right on the back of Johnny. Or not even right on the back of him, just within that 3 seconds. If I was him, I'd be using a bit of ERS here just to close that gap. He decided not to, so he'll save that for a later time. Rumax is in the pits, coming off of them soft tyres. So the gap at the lead then is 2.5 seconds, 2.6 seconds, and Johnny has a 3-second time penalty. Scotty has a 5-second penalty, and Epic has 3 seconds. So does Full Air. Cam Ruddy there, just chilling in 6th position, with Chubb now close to getting in that second. Chubb is on the medium, so whether he can go to the end on these tyres, we don't know. Alex is now right behind him in 8th. Hopefully they don't take each other out again. But I assume the hard runners will be completely fine to the end, and their pace will be good to the end. Johnny Stokes is down to 30% ERS, so he has used a bit to try and extend this lead. Lister's on 40, maybe worth using a little bit, just try and eke that gap under 2 seconds. If it's under 2 seconds, then Johnny will be a bit more worried. Really, Scotty needs safety car here to be able to get rid of that 5-second penalty, and then he's able to properly have an attack at Johnny with the 3-second penalty. But whilst he has that 5-second penalty, there's no way he's going to be able to win this race. Lister's fallen to 2.7 behind now, so he kind of needs to let Scotty go here and try and work with him to reel Johnny back in. But Johnny's now extending to nearly over 3 seconds, and he's got under 20% of ERS now. So Scotty does go for this move. How much ERS does he have? 60%. So, and Chubb has got the move done on Cam Ruddy. Frenzy's got a move done on Alex at the same time as well, as Carl retires in the pits there. So this group has finally caught onto the back of Cam Ruddy. Is Frenzy going to send one into revive, bit like Epic? No, he isn't. So in all that, Alex has lost a position to Frenzy, and Chubb's come out of it best, but does pick up a 3-second time penalty now. And is Frenzy going to go for a move down the inside into Pujon? Yes, he is. That's a great move. He runs a bit wide though. Going to pick up an invalidation there. Cam really sweeps back underneath him. Can he go around the outside of Piff Paff? Oh, he turns in too early, and Alex collects him. Alex collects him and picks up wing damage. Camry turns in way too early, cuts across the front wing of Frenzy, practically taking him out, spinning him around, and Alex has then collected the stricken Alfa Romeo, obviously ghosting on in this league, and has picked up wing damage. Whether Frenzy has picked up damage as well, I do not know. Doesn't look like he has, but that Williams definitely has front right end plate damage. Camry there just turning across him, trying to just break late and deep and sweep in round the outside, block his route off in the second part of Piff Path. Alex dives straight into the pits there. Alex has not had a good night at all. By his Belgium Grand Prix standards, this has been a ropey night, as Scotty has dropped back now to 3.6 seconds, so these guys just don't have the pace of Johnny Stokes. As Lister now goes ahead of Scotty, and he has a 3-second time penalty as well. So it looks like that this win at the minute is being wrapped up by Johnny Stokes, who has found his mojo back after that defeat in Canada, trying to create another win streak for the remainder of this season. Epic has found himself back down to a second behind Scotty, so All of the top 6 drivers have penalties. Obviously, Scotty's penalty is for speeding in the pits rather than cutting corners. I do think Lister has more pace than Scotty through this middle sector, meaning that he can get under that 3 seconds, but then Scotty just seems like he's running a little bit lower downforce and he's able to just get him back during sector 1. But I feel like if Epic can get by these two quickly, which, you know, he hasn't really shown it too well so far tonight, he might be able to close in on Johnny, but he adds 20% ERS, and same as Johnny, as Frenzy's managed to get by Cam Ruddy. So I wonder if Cam Ruddy has let him by there. I know he's in the pits, that's why. Why? Oh yeah, because I've got penalties up. So Cam Ruddy has dived into the pits now to get off of their medium tyres, put the soft tyres on to go to the end of the race. Frenzy, even with that collision, is still in 7th position. As Scotty, as I've just been pointing out, with the power of his straight line speed, has been able to get back up ahead of Lister. Looks like there might not be a safety car and there won't be another chance to pit. So Scotty needs to get a move on and try and eke out a 2-second gap to Lister, but Lister's too strong. This is the thing, Lister's too strong in the middle of the middle sector, to the point where he can close up on Johnny, but then Scotty just gets straight by him anyway. So when Scotty's in the lead, they're just losing time, because Scotty doesn't have the pace through the middle sector that Lister does. But Scotty has to overtake him because he's quicker through sector 3 and sector 1. But Epic's right on the back here, so I want to see how well Epic can carve through these two, because if Epic can carve through them well and put in some good laps, some good sector 2s, then I'm confident he can do it. If I was him, I'd go for a move into the bus stop here or have a look. Hasn't been able to get it done, but Lister's gone a bit wide there, so Epic might be able to cut back underneath him. He does not. He has got the DRS now though. As Chubb, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Chubb sent a move on Freddie Mills. He didn't. Freddie Mills came into the pits. So Chubb up into 5th position then. After having the incident with Alex, he's up into 5th. Frenzy up into 6th. After his start, that's a very good performance. We've just seen a few drivers who looked like that they were getting in a good position drop off towards this stage of the race. Lister's not going to be able to go for a move this time on Scotty. Epic's still 0.8 behind. Freddie Mills and Alex are going to be fighting on pit exit. Alex is not going to get DRS, but they're going to go side by side through Eau Rouge and Radion potentially. No, they're not. So Freddie is on them soft tyres, and he picks up the DRS, so he's going to make light works of Alex, and Alex just needs to try and hope that he can stay with full air and just reel in the rest of the pack. Rumax is in a side 8th place at the minute, but he does have drivers that have just pitted chasing him down, so he might not finish in that position. Erez is having a great race, to be honest, in 7th, probably one of the best races he's had so far this season. Frenzy is solidifying a 6th position, got a 3-second gap in front, a 3-second gap behind. Chubb as well, just running around in 5th at the minute. Too far away from the guys in front, and he's got a gap to the guy behind. Epic's trying to look around the outside of Scotty into Blanchard. He needs to do him here. He's going to have a look down the inside into the bus stop. Doesn't quite. Cuts back to the outside. Cuts back to the inside. Trying to just find which and every way around Scotty, but he can't get the power down. Took too much cover. Is he going to send it up the inside into the source? No, he doesn't. But Epic is really good at staying that close behind a driver without like really making contact. Like if you saw his movement into the bus stop, a lot of drivers would have speared into the back of Scotty, and he hasn't done that. But I feel like he needs to be a bit more decisive and just go for a simple block path. This is defending it because he knows this is crucial. He knows he's quicker in sector 2, and he manages to hold on to that position for the first time in a long while. As long as he can defend up the Kemmel straight, then he's alright. But he's going to go for a move into Ravage. He's got a good exit out of Malmini, and he's got his nose up the inside, but not enough. As this battle now is really just solidifying Johnny Stokes' first position. The gap's going to be up to 5 seconds roughly at the end of sector 2. As Scotty goes wide, picks up a 3-second time penalty, so he now has 8 seconds worth of penalties here. So it looks like that this podium slipping away, and with that is the championship, or any championship fight that he could have put up, slipping away as well. Maybe just a bit too inconsistent, not being able to pounce on Johnny Stokes' mistakes soon enough. But there is a yellow flag that threw Poo on. That'll be a big crash, as yeah, Alex has gone off, lost his front wing, no safety car surprisingly. Can imagine that was a big one for Alex. But look at these three, absolute nose to tail. It's weird being outside the car and seeing them that close, you know, not making contact. You half expect them to make contact, but you know, when you're in the car, it's easy to not do it. But Epic needs to get a move on, like I was saying earlier. He needs to, yeah, he needs to be quicker when he gets onto the back of someone. That he is quicker than. He needs to be go for moves in places they wouldn't expect it. You know what I mean? If you can't get a move done here, right, you're gonna have to go for it somewhere else. But Scotty does go down the inside into Laycom this time, as Epic just sent it up the inside. Lister, he has done into Laycom. He's going to go round the outside in the second part. He has the inside of Malmini, and they make contact. Epic is round. Epic is in the barrier, I think. And when I mean going for some moves that I'm going to expect into a corner like that, when he's not too far alongside, it's an interesting one. Might go to the stewards, but you know, Epic's got a lot of pace here. He just hasn't been able to get moves done in the right way. Maybe Lister could have left more room. You know, maybe Epic set it a bit too hard on the entry and has gone into Lister rather than Lister turning around, turn into him. It was a bit hard to see on that off-board shot. I wonder if it'll go to the stewards. I wonder if Epic hit the barrier. I don't think he did, and if he did, I don't think he's got wing damage. In all of that, Alex has retired, so it's probably not, you know, it's not incorrect to say it's probably his worst Belgian Grand Prix performance ever in RPR. But everyone seems to have spaced out now. Obviously, we have this battle for second place with Epic just off the back of it. And then this is really the only other battle for 8th position between Woomax, Camberley and Fuller. And Fuller is going to go down the inside into La Source. Got a great run out of the final corner. Epic Camberley holds it round the outside though. Are they going to go side by side into Eau Rouge? We haven't seen that so far this whole race. No, boo. You've got to see someone go through Eau Rouge side by side. Camberley gets a bit of wash though. Dirty air wash from the car in front. Epic's left the session. Is he disconnected or is he genuinely just left? But in all that, Woomax gets out of the way of Camberley and Fuller. So Camberley up into 8th, Freddie in 9th and Woomax in 10th. I'll invite Epic quickly. I mean, if he's retired on track, then yeah, and nothing more needs to be said. That is a slam dunk penalty again, and you know he's already on 14 penalty points, the most we've ever seen, and yeah. So we'll see if Epic joins back. If he doesn't join back, then we can assume that, yeah, he disconnected. Well, he's left himself, so he will score no points. We're going on to the final lap of this Grand Prix then, and it's nothing much to play for, really. We've got this battle between Lister and Scotty, I guess, but, you know, on track is all that's going for it, really. Can Scotty get the move done then? Up they come for the final time. Can he get the pride of winning on track? And he does get up into second position. Can he hold on to it though? So this has promoted Chubb up into fourth. Frenzy's in fifth now. The Mercedes are both going to score double points. Womack is going to score some points as a reserve. But Johnny Stokes has got half a lap to go now. And he's being in pure control of this race. Ever since he was able to get ahead of Scotty, and Lister was able to get in between him and Scotty, he's just been leagues above the rest of them, just like he has for the majority of this season. Chubb's picked himself a 3-second time penalty on the last lap. Frenzy will pick up another position, but what more can you say about Johnny Stokes that you haven't said already? If Canada's his worst race of the season with a DNF and he wins the rest of them, fair play. Fair play to the Alpine driver. He's going to come through the bus stop. He won in Silverstone and he's going to win in Spa. Johnny Stokes is the winner of round 8, the Belgium sprint. You're going to have Scotty come across the line in second but drops down to third. Lister picks up his first podium of the season in second, so great drive from him. Chubb's going to cross the line in fourth, but he's not going to stay there. Frenzy's going to pick up fourth in a great comeback drive. Chubb will finish in fifth position. Erez will finish sixth. Womack in seventh. Cam Ruddy in eighth. Full Air drops down to 9th. Epic will more than likely get disqualified due to leaving, so he won't pick up points, but Cherry will pick up points in P10. There you go then. Johnny Stokes lifts the trophy as he comes home for back-to-back wins. He's found his mojo back. And is he going to dominate the rest of the season? Next race will be Monza, and it will be the final race before the winter break. Let's run through the results of the race then. We have Johnny Stokes winning, Leicester in second, Scotty in third, Frenzy fourth with fastest lap, RPR Chubb in fifth, Erez sixth, Womack seventh. Cam really managed to get eighth to secure a double Mercedes points finish. Full Air in the Red Bull in ninth, Epic in 10th, but he did leave, so whether he keeps that or not is another question. Cherry might get promoted to that 10th spot, but then you have Alex who DNF, Kyle, GGC, El Stefano and Woodsy who all DNF'd this race. So that's it then for round 8 of the season. It was a good race. You have some good moments on track, but as what is often the case with Spa, a long track, you can get a few gaps on track and you can see a golfing class between the very best drivers in the league and the good drivers in the league. So I'm going to leave it there then. Next week will be the final race before the winter break, before Christmas and New Year's Eve. Whether I'll be commentating or racing or not next week, I do not know yet, so I will have to find out later. But fully and thoroughly enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, thank you for racing. If you want to get involved in this or potentially Sunday tier, which is no assist, then get in contact with us, leave a comment, or there will be a link to the Discord in the description of this video. If not, there is ones in other videos and live streams, so make sure to join through that, and then we'll get you racing. There you go then, Johnny Stokes winning back-to-back. Is he just solidifying his championship now? Or can anyone challenge him for the remaining races? That's all from today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.